What is going on, guys? It's Noah here with CustomRCMods, back out here at the park a little bit later after I shot my simple stick video. As you can see, snow is falling, sun is getting low in the sky. I mean, there really wasn't any sun in the first place, but today I've got a special flying video because I'm flying this plane back here. You probably can't recognize it, just crammed into my back seat, but it's the FT Simple Soarer, and I built this plane back in like March or something like that, or maybe even in February, something like that, but it's flown once. I flew it on the Maiden. I didn't have a motor system on it. It was just a normal chuck glider that had some servos in it and a BEC. And I wanted to use it as a tow glider, high start glider, things like that. But that requires two people. I could never really work out a time with Kafka or anybody else that I know that flies planes to get a lot of use out of this airplane. So finally I had an opening when I upgraded the motor system on my Scout to put the old A2212 motor in the Simple Soarer. Went ahead and built up a power pod, slapped it right on the front. There's not really a lot to cover there. So we're gonna fly today, and there's no camp dry, no packing tape, nothing on this airplane. It's probably gonna get pretty beat up, but then again, it's a pretty roughed up airplane anyways. So I'm just gonna see how it flies, and we're gonna see if we can have some fun. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I got the 2200 3-cell mounted below the fuselage. We got the A2212 ZTW 30 amp ESC. Receiver gear is in the back, and then my servos, of course, way back there as well. 9x47 prop. Let's go ahead and get this thing on up in the air. Oh, she flies. Feels a little tail heavy, but what did you really expect? I mean, the ratio of everything in front of the wing to everything behind the wing isn't great, but wow, this thing, I mean, it flies pretty well. It's 3-channel, of course, so there's not a lot of thought that goes into it. It's made to be a relaxing airplane. There's plenty of power on this thing to do pretty much anything you could want. You can't really do rolls, of course, because it's a 3-channel, but you gotta kind of keep that in mind. I'm so used to flying with ailerons and doing my mixing and things like that, but you know, it's a little floppy, I guess you might say. But this thing, I mean, it obviously isn't too fast, very wide wings, but you can see here, look at this thing. It's nice and smooth, it's commanding in the air. Obviously, like I said, it's snowing, and you can probably see and hear maybe even the snow hitting my jacket or the camera or anything like that. Maybe even the lens, I hope not, but it's snowing, so that's probably not the best for the foam board, but it's, you know, it's whatever. This is, again, a plane that's really beat up, and I don't really care about it that much, so I don't mind flying it out here in these rough conditions. But honestly, this plane's flying really good for what it is. It's been, you know, warping. It's been sitting up hanging from the ceiling in my basement in the shop for over 6 months, and, you know, giving it some good flying. This thing actually flies really respectably for what it is. Now that I've been flying it, it might need a little bit of stiffener towards the tail here, but you can see, I mean, there's plenty of plenty of elevator throw on here to do a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally do with a glider. Of course, it takes a little bit to make it out of loops and things like that, so you really gotta plan ahead a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty fun for what it is, honestly. It's very relaxing, and with the snow falling and it being really cold, it's kind of hard to call it relaxing, because it's definitely not a relaxing weather situation. But this will be really fun for a nice warm summer night that's nice and calm. Picture a big sunset out there, you're flying at your backdrop. It's a little bit different. But you can see, I mean, not really half bad, in my opinion. Trim is perfect on this thing. And of course, being a glider, it hopefully glides really well. Let's go ahead and bring it up to altitude. It's almost kind of hard to keep orientation way up there, but let's glider on around. Yeah, I'm guessing you guys probably have some stuff on your lens, so sorry about that. Feels a little tail heavy, honestly, but what you're gonna do about it. Doesn't have any negative stall characteristics, but I don't know. I've been kind of messing with the elevator both ways. It probably is just about right, honestly. You can kind of see it wanted to go into a spin there, but I'd use all the rudder throw that I have at my command to get this thing turned around. It's not too bad, it's just different. Just different. Thing just feels so majestic just gliding right by you. Like, that's really all it takes to keep it in the air. That's about a quarter throttle. Well, essentially, that's hands off right there. I'm gonna bring it back around this way. Yeah, it's really relaxing, it's smooth, it's a good experience, but obviously, as you might expect, it's a little bit hard to have that experience in the winter, in the cold, in the snow, but it's not too bad. So either way, I'm probably gonna add landing gear to this because this will be one of those planes where swooping in for a nice majestic landing would be a lot of fun. I was thinking about initially doing glider, like single on like unicycle landing gear, but that kind of defeats the purpose for like anything other than just a touch and go or just an actual landing itself, especially if it's not big enough to clear the prop. So that would be an issue there as well. You really just got to consider pretty much everything that goes into something like this. And so I'm probably just going to do a normal tail dragger style landing gear. Tricycle landing gear would be cool, but there's just a lot of extra effort that goes into that. I guess that's the closest to a touch and go you're getting. Little prop strike in the snow. Yeah, all these footsteps that you see out here are me flying my simple stick around this morning, which is a lot of fun. That plane is a beast on skis. An absolute beast. It's a great flying airplane. I definitely recommend it. You can check out that video. Really recently released just before this one on my channel. But contrary to popular belief, you can do inverted on 3-channel airplanes. It's just very hard because you don't have the roll to stabilize yourself, so you're pretty much at the mercy of the airplane once you get it inverted. And of course, you can't roll inverted. You have to actually pitch inverted, so you have to go up and do a half loop and then hold it with the rudder there, and of course your down elevator. It's interesting. I don't think it's as gratifying as your typical 4-channel inverted, but it's definitely possible. This thing has pretty close to straight vertical. It's nothing impressive, I'd say, but it's definitely, this is a perfect power combo for this airplane. If you guys are looking to build a powered simple soarer, this is probably one of the easiest planes to fly out there, in my opinion. It's just super simple all around. It obviously is going to take a few more sheets of foam to build. It's going to take 3 sheets of foam, and it's going to take it's a bigger airplane, so that's kind of what you expect. But it's a very simple and relaxing plane to fly, and that's definitely just because it has such a big wing. It's gentle, it's not touchy. Even if I'm slamming the controls around, I have really high rates on here. I've pretty much maxed it all out to the highest I can go, and that's about as much as I can really get throw wise. It's just kind of going into a straight vertical there, so it's nothing crazy. So like go up, and then, you know, I really can't, it's nothing that you're gonna lose control of like I did my very first flight with the rates. Nice little wing over there. Battery is really respectable on here, even in the cold. This is about 35 degrees out. Definitely feeling it through my gloves. And I'm starting to lose voltage, so I'm not going to murder my batteries. I've got a few more with me that'll probably fly after this, but this is going to wrap up this video, guys. So let's go ahead and find the best way to land. I definitely don't want to kill the prop. Actually, let's go up to high altitude and just glide down and see what happens. Oh, just kidding. My ESC said, nope, you're at too low voltage. Alright, we're landing. Emergency landing. That'll do. I was going to see if I can bring it back around and catch it by the wingtip, but either way, that's going to do it. So, pretty happy with that flight all around. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this entertaining or helpful, please make sure to smash the like button and go ahead and comment down below if you have any other questions or comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.